get a feeling that North Ringwood are trying to play a smart game relevant to the conditions, but in a way it looks like they're reactive. If East Ringwood can keep first hands on the ball, they do have a lot of skill around the packs. If Cherney feeds it out to some of their runners, and Lowson, we saw what he did with the goal, they've just got a bit of class. So we'll see how North Ringwood come good this second term. So we're back at it. As you heard the siren in the effects mic, Renton won the tap, couldn't get a clearing kick. Cherney takes on all tacklers. He finally gets in a position where he can kick it, but the umpire said, I already blew my whistle. There's now a big
blow your whistle.
And we know what BWS does on a Saturday.
He wets his whistle.
Good one there. We're back in the middle where not much is happening. So it's going to be a third ball up early in this second term. It's 6 playing 3. Renton goes at it against the smaller McKinnon. But it's a tap that goes all the way forward for East Ringwood. Ground level, they've got an open passage forward. Pocket flying shot has missed everything. And Alice had time, but he couldn't bend it around with his left, and he's missed it big time to the left.
Probably should have done more with that one, Brash. He had plenty of time, but you need your teammates to tag you. You've got that time.
Yeah, no, obviously I couldn't hear anything from him.
So Heath Decker from the back pocket. Just didn't get under it as nicely as what he would have wanted to, but they had the numbers there, and a strong mark has been taken there by Van Unen on the right boot now. He'll send it further afield up towards the wing position. Looked like a little bit of holding was going on Wheel, and the umpire saw it. Jones got the advantage paid, came out into the arms of Sharp. Look away handball, got chopped off. Now it's in the arms of Chadwick for the Roos. On the left boot, sends it out wide. I'll tell you what, I don't even know if he meant that, but it was almost perfect to Millard, and he couldn't quite pull it down. Second bite over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Boundary?
It's crossed down boundary side thanks to chiropractic betting, Esmond Aponzo.
The key message from Peter Banfield for the North Ringwood is just to the forwards just to make position. A lot of the crumbing has to be done, and just keep going forward and to make sure that we can just run onto the ball a couple of times.
Well, Waitman caught one in the back, and he should have got a 25-metre penalty. There's no doubt about that. The umpire let it go because the ball was just thrown to the ground. So Josh Waitman, weighing up his options, kicks it up towards the centre half forward area where he was looking for Below, couldn't quite pull it down, so Wood was there to mop up there for the Saints. Perfect kick inside 50, looking for Charlie Haley. Well, if he wasn't looking for him, he found him anyway, and Haley will go back. He's just outside the arc. It might be beyond him here, but the football is still relatively dry, so it's probably right on his mark, Charlie Haley.
Do those black strips on his calves do anything for his kicking?
No, it makes him look good, though.
So Haley, that Josh Kennedy-like approach, sets sail towards the goal. It's going right to the line. Big ruckman there in Renton got a fist on it. He was good to get it there. Little snap around the body. Still up and under. Renton will get another fist on that one. Knocked away. Harback's in there. Couldn't keep it in. He's seen over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Just going back to that Waitman kick, Brash, where he come out of the defence there from the free kick and he crossed to a 1-on-3. And North Ringwood, they cleared it down the corridor.
Pye throws it in. It'll be Hill versus Renton. Renton got the knockdown. Quick kick out of the danger zone by Chadwick. Went straight towards the boundary line. No deliberate there, not going to happen, and we'll have a boundary throw-in right in front of the children's playground.
De facto grandstand, isn't it?
I think Dyson Baker's over there with the kids as well. Renton got the knockdown. Hill's in there also. Comes out now. Here's Below on the right boot, kicks it up towards the wing position. In the front spot there, couldn't pull it down, was Loco for North Ringwood. He hits the deck. Oh, his teammate hit the deck, and we will have a ball up.
BWS, when you're out there at quarter time, was there a breeze blowing to any end?
He was breathing, but not.
I don't know. I wasn't paying too much attention.
Okay. I thought, yeah, but your hair would have blown your hair out.
Oh, yeah, good on you, Ray. You're a funny man. As it comes down, Waitman got the handball away, Cherney over the top. Now they link up well. Here's Below on the right boot. He's had a fair bit of the football. Kicks it inside forward 50. Bouncing football. Lowson, it might sit up well for him. Snap around the body. Which way will this one bounce? It goes across the face of goal. Still stays alive. It's a foot race now. And seeing it over Ursich, and he had right on his hammer Jared Ellis, and we'll have a boundary throwing right in front of us here in the broadcast position, only 25 metres out from goal.
Lowson nearly had the bounce. I reckon it was almost going to curl.
East Ringwood have got one scoring shot. That was the goal. As it comes down to Cherney, got the little handball away. There's a lot of players around this one and not giving it up. Todd Morgan. And we will have a ball up. Let's cross down boundary side. Thanks to chiropractic betting. Here's Esmond DePonzo.
Yep, so the main key messages for East Ringwood are Marcus Bizzagro said to hold space for deeper entries going forward and don't lead off too early. He also mentioned to keep their feet and don't second guess their decision making.
Thanks very much there from Jason Stein. Comes inside forward 50. Kick goes towards the forward pocket. He was looking for Alice and couldn't pull the mark in, so we'll have a boundary throw in about 45 metres out from goal. East Ringwood, it's in there, forward 50. Umpire brings the ball back in. Cleveland, it was a short one, fell in his breadbasket, but we'll restart that one. Dean Cleveland, one of Gav Casey's favourite players in the Eastern Football League.
Yeah, well, if you're consistently good at the level,
you love him then, don't you, Gav?
You have to be considered a great. Yeah. Don't know him personally,
he
but
he loves it.
He's a nice guy.
got the knockdown that time. Power was in there, couldn't get rid of it in time, and we'll have another bounce.
In these types of games, though, the forward line gets sucked up the ground a little bit. I think you need to at least keep one key forward back in to cover a transition or a quick turnover.
Thanks for the one jelly baby, Brucey, as the kick goes towards the top of the...
There was 20 in there a second ago.
Sitch switches it across there to Timmy Jones, and from the back pocket, North Ringwood will set themselves to go forward.
So from the deep out of defence, Hubbard makes good position, but the ball beat him and Haley over the sidelines. So it's just a clearing kick in the end. It allows North Ringwood to take some pressure off their defence. It's still the same score. It was at quarter time, 6 playing 3. And even if you get it inside 50, there's no certainty that you're going to get the journey or good position towards goal. Below grabs it, it's tackled high, and the second umpire in good position on the side calls it. So that's good use of the umpires there. So the quick handoff goes to Waitman. Waitman gets it long, good position. Nice body work by Decker. As the kick goes to McKinnon. No, that was...
I think it was Loco.
Loco. Took the mark. Not taking the mark there was Allison. Allows the East Ringwood to get in there through Alice. Hands it off to a runner. Cherney wanted a runner to go past him as he received the hand pass, but the runner was impeded. So Waitman gets the free kick for East Ringwood because he was tackled off the ball. Cherney will take the free kick because he was only advanced by 2 metres, but it's down.
Explain what happened there.
So Cherney got the ball from Waitman. Waitman wanted to run on for the hand pass, but wasn't allowed to. So the free kick was given. The kick by Cherney inside the forward line wasn't marked at ground level. Lowson takes it, but he's taken in a tackle. And 20 metres out, North Ringwood wrap up the defence. And Morgan did well. Lowson, you've got to keep him on a short leash in these positions. Good work by Cleveland. Knocks it towards Jones, though, who gets out of the pack. Hands it off to the Loco, who hands it off to Van Unen. He gets around one tackler. Still got a lot of pressure on him close to the line. Now they're going to run it out through Scott. Scott gets it to the wing, but the pressure tells. Misdirected kick marked by leg. Quick to play on. Dangerous, but could be a risk-reward situation as Devlin's got it. But he's called to play on. Second man comes in. Man on the mark smothers the handball as the pressure came on leg. And Cherney has to come in. Soccer's a short one, 3 metre pass in effect. Below, Dylan gets it over to his teammate in leg. Hancock, and another hand pass. Now they get it long, but the defence of North Ringwood under pressure. Did it come off the foot of McKinnon? No, the boundary umpire says. And 50 metres around from the goals of East Ringwood, it's going to be another boundary throw in. And this is the only time we get a stop at the clock. This is why we're going to have short quarters.
And a lot of players around the contest here.
Cleveland over the top goes the punch by Loco, and Van Unen gets the clearing kick. Renton goes over the top. He's so tall he took a chest mark nearly over the pack, and the drop ball though means a pack forms. Devlin hands it to the field umpire.
Quick restart there. Renton got the knockdown into the arms of Whelan, spun around, got boot to ball. It's still going to stay alive just inside the line. And touched and over for a boundary throwing. No, in fact, it's gone out of bounds on the full. So umpire was right on the spot and got a lot of encouragement from Marcus Bizzaglo and the East Ringwood bench that was out on the full. But the kick goes straight down the throat of Jaden Van Unen. And he takes it on the wing position here. So North Ringwood still searching for their first goal. They trail by 3 points. It's 3 behinds to 1 straight 6. East Ringwood have the lead. The kick goes up to centre half forward. Standing strong there, Brenton Legg took the mark and then took off. He has 1 bounce. He has 2. He set sail for goal. This would be a pearler, but he pushed it to the left-hand side. And their first minor score of the afternoon. East Ringwood to Brenton Legg. That was going to be some sort of a goal. He ruined the highlight. 10 minutes gone now in this second quarter on EFL Game Day. The standalone derby between East Ringwood and North Ringwood, and it's a 4-point lead to the Roos as they bring the ball back in. North Ringwood, who was touched off the boot, Jack Whelan. Well, the umpire paid the mark in the end, but he went to play on because he thought it was play on. The kick goes up towards the wing position now. It's a 2-on-1 situation, but a ripper mark being hauled in by Hubbard. He has been paid the mark, so
no, he dropped it and then he got tackled without it.
Oh, he almost had enough of that. Then he'll send the ball back in towards the Renton. Had a good lead, but that was ignored. Got really close to the man on the mark and then squeezed the kick up towards the direction of Millard, who takes it on the second bite. He's 55 metres out from goal. He's going to just pop it to the top of the goal square where Decker, he might have given away a free kick. It was Ursich, in fact, that's given away the free kick. And it goes the way of Jared Ellis, and I think a goal's been kicked with the advantage, and that was from Josh Waitman. All players stop, and second goal goes on the board for the East Ringwood side. 2-1-13 Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 11 minutes gone. They're out to a 10-point lead now.
I reckon that was play on there. I don't reckon there was not a free kick in that. I think both players were holding on to each other.
Let's go.
Brash, I was surprised at Millard here. He got the mark here inside the 50 there with the wind behind him. Why he didn't go back and kick a goal? He preferred to kick it short to the contest, and they were very lucky to get out of that, East Ringwood.
Grant Campbell choose tap stats.
Waitman up to 13 disposals for the game. Inside 57-1 this quarter in favour of East Ringwood.
He's very smart around goals as well. He was quick to play on when everyone was scratching their head about the free kick. Full back on full forward. It was a wrestle. The umpire only saw it one way. Free kick to East Ringwood. Play on from 20 meant the goal was sealed by Waitman. Back into the middle of the ground. Live play now as East Ringwood get the clearance. Millard is in the back position. Good body work to put the pressure on and takes it to the boundary line and out of bounds. 70 metres around from East Ringwood's goal, who stretch out to a 10-point lead. So East Ringwood strong around the stoppages. They'll grunt their way forward. And we've seen with Legg that if they can get open, they've got some good skills as well as toughness. But Bilo is a bit tough in the contest. Got all over at Whelan, who didn't have the ball or didn't look like he was going to take it. Got manhandled for a free kick. He gets a short pass, sliding into it nicely. Wobbly legs. Finally, Shepherd can get his footing. It's puddles and mud everywhere. He just couldn't get his feet up. And finally, he kicks it inside 50. Free kick to Haley, who was held in the contest. He marks it. Well, he takes his position at kicking just on the arc, which is 40 metres here.
I'd say it's 40, but just on Charlie Haley, he is so strong for a little guy on one-on-one marking contest.
So where the arc intercepts the boundary line is where Haley is. He stutters the run up from the very right position you can get, puts it to the right post and maybe a little bit off it and offs everything. And in matter of fact, he kicked it out in the full. So Legg will take the relieving free kick, or he might give it to Devlin. And that's a little bit of a let-off, but it was probably the most hardest kick you can do today in terms of trying to get a goal on the board. North Ringwood still yet to get a major. The back of the pack outside 60. They try to get it going, but Hubbard comes in to do the tackling. And it'll be another ball up 70 metres around from North Ringwood's goal. There's a man on the ground.
I think it's Haley.
Yeah, Haley looks like he's either copped a bit of winding in effect.
Either. I just reckon though, Gav... Oh.
Yeah, go on. You can speak because not much is happening.
He either got winded or knackered, but he'll be okay.
Well, there's not much comeback from being knackered, unfortunately. So let's hope it's winding.
So we're about 75 metres out. Taratuda, he'll go up in the ruck against Cleveland from the boundary throw-in.
I'm really inquisitive about what Brash was going to say because he's left us hanging on that one.
Cleveland went after it. Scott tried to trap the football, knocked over the boundary line.
Now, I will say, I think there's been a couple of opportunities there with Haley where he's been shooting from the boundary line and has gone out in the full or a point. I think he might have been better off to try and centre it into the centre square from where he was.
Oh, it was well worth the wait. There's no doubt about that, Brash. As it comes down now, Bilo over the top of the football, and we'll have a bounce.
Yeah.
You know what you get in this commentary box is great coverage from your teammates.
That's
you
right.
know, the bonding that we have.
Cleveland got the knockdown. North Ringwood through the arms of Scott, got the handball back sharp, swung around. That's a good kick up towards the 50-metre line.
good
Big
mark.
fly over the
Good
back
mark.
behind leg. That's an absolute ripper. A1 airport parking mark of the day so far. A risky kick in towards the middle of the ground, going after it. Shepherd,
Yep.
who was held mid-flight, the umpire said, and gets the football, gets a handball away. Here is Tommy Hill. He was in a fair bit of trouble, and he got ripped off the pill. And East Ringwood will get a chance here, and it's through Bilo, got the handball away. Waitman, he had a turn of speed, didn't he? He kicks it up towards centre half forward. Big fly there by Millard. He couldn't pick the ball up. At ground level, they might get another chance here. The kick comes out wide on hands and knees. Looping handball there from Powell. Eventually ends in the arms of Whelan up towards half forward line. Kicks it out in front of his teammate there in Darcy Price. Couldn't quite pick it up. Did well there was Chadwick, worked with leg, back to Chadwick, he'll go back to leg, couldn't pick the ball up, he'll go off the ground now, scrambling kick picked up by Jaden Van Unif for the Saints, up towards inside 50 he goes, it was a 3-on-1 situation, Waitman was there, brilliant tackle there by Powell, and he was rewarded too, not disposing of the football correctly, and Powell will go back, and he might just be beyond his range here. He's just going to pop it up to the hot spot. That's the way to go. Maybe a little bit of holding happening. Cleveland got back into the right spot. Haley goes after the football, picks it up eventually. And the umpire comes in and he's going to bounce it about 15 metres out from goal. Umpire Jordan Buckingham.
It'd be wise not to bounce it.
Or ball it up, whichever way.
Yes, please.
It's the same thing. So Buckingham throws it up now. It's up there by Lowson, couldn't get rid of it. In fact, it was Bilo who's just had so much of the football.
Which one?
Yeah, was it James that time?
It was James. Comes out now. It's really no one. We hand it back to by Jordan Buckingham from Cherney. Look like they really want to rush it behind here, but Bilo of the James variety goes out of the defence. And over she goes for a boundary throw in.
East Ringwood backline have played an exceptionally great first half so far here.
17 minutes gone on the clock, and it's a 10-point lead to the Roos. Cleveland got the knockdown straight away. Comes out towards, well, the boundary line once again, and seeing over. A lot of players following every bit of play here.
Hit-outs this quarter 22-4 in favour of East Ringwood. Clearances their way 8-6.
Thanks to Juice Tap, it is delicious. Even on a cold Sunday, especially if you heat it up. Walsh got the handball away and it comes out to Cherney. He linked up okay. Now East Ringwood, high kick in towards the middle of the ground. It just ended up sitting down nicely for Lowson. He's got players further afield. He's just waiting to kick it into that space. He's going towards the Millard direction. He got a bite on it, but knocked away by Loco over the boundary line and out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in deep in the East Ringwood forward line, about 20 metres out from goal.
How good is it the effects, Mike? When the boundary umpire blows his whistle, it goes straight in the ear. Oh, that was piercing.
That was a beautiful kick by Lowson, and beautifully
It was,
weighted
wasn't
to
it?
his
Yeah.
foot forward. Yeah.
Millard, he just couldn't get his hands up in time just to strengthen the grip on the ball when he tried to mark it. Now the boundary throw-in is roved by North Ringwood. They get it out wide, too wide maybe. Just out on the full it is, and East Ringwood will get the free kick at half forward. It nearly was something that could have turned into attack, but it's Dylan Bilo who gets it from 70, puts it to 40. Renton's in good position. Pack forms around him. Ground level, who's going to win it out? North Ringwood share it. They get it through Jones. Gets it to his teammate in Wood. Wood gets a short one into the corridor to Ellison. He looks for further options.
Too slow.
Well, they all were defending, in effect, the Saints. So they'll go out wide. And mark taken. And then a late spoil on Hill. But the mark will be paid.
It was certainly a mark.
He's quick to long hand pass it to dropping it. McKinnon has to punch it back to his teammate in Hill, who just spears a hand pass out to the wing. But now the pressure's on North Ringwood. They've mucked this up at half back. boundary will be their saviour for the time being.
And they did so well, Brash, to get it from the back pocket right into the middle of the ground. Then they've gone sideways, whereas the direct football was what was working for them.
Exactly.
But they put all that pressure on themselves.
Exactly.
They did.
They get numbers behind the ball, and then they've got no one to go to once they grab it. So can't do everything in football. Cleveland wins the tap. Tackled too hard by Cherney, maybe too high, and free kick will eventually go to the man who's been put into the turf.
Looked like his arm was around his waist then.
Scott gets the
saying.
free kick, gets a short on. Hill has to bend over to pick it up. He can't. Lawson does the bump, then picks it up, swings a hand pass onto his teammate, and Allison, open goal from 40, steadies, puts it to the line, and he hooks it just at the last second for a minor score. Big opportunity for East Ringwood. First real open chance. 2-2-14. Leading by 11, North Ringwood at 3 minus.
They're mucking
scores.
around with the ball, North Ringwood. They're lucky to be only, 14 points down, because the last 5 minutes has not been a very good advertisement for their play.
And a missed opportunity there by Jared Ellis. He should have done better with that
His
kick.
name is Jared Ellis. I'm sure he's his son as well, but that is his surname as the kick comes back in. Darcy Powell.
I meant Alice.
Going to move the ball up towards the wing position. Big fly over the back there. That time by Van Noonan. Couldn't pull it down and then fell on his opponent's back. That probably should be a free kick. Umpire Geordie Buckingham says, no, I'll let this one go. So we'll have a bounce. Cleveland, nice little knock over the top looking for Cherney. Picked up in there for Scott for North Ringwood. Got the hand away. Cleveland stole it. His kick was touched off the boot, it looks so, but the umpire said play on. About centre-half forward now, charging through. Wood got the handball away, but it was chopped off nicely by Lowson for the Roos. Wants to square a shot up here, up towards the centre-half forward position. Needed a teammate to go after it. There's a few mistakes being had here. Jones got the handball across. Decker got the handball away. In fact, it was that time it was Allison. Up towards the half-forward line they go now, North Ringwood. Maybe a little bit of a push from Chadwick.
There. It was a hold.
So all of a sudden, a really genuine chance here for North Ringwood to send the ball forward. It goes in the direction of Haley, and he comes out and takes a strong mark, the small forward. He's a smart reader of the ball, and he takes it, and he'll go back and have a ping, no doubt, from about 40 metres out.
He looks like the only North Ringwood forward that looks like being able to kick a score for him at the moment. Tommy Hill has had no influence on the game, and they just don't seem to be able to get any drive from their midfield, Ray.
The thing with Haley is that he'll play in front, and that paid dividend there with that kick.
So Haley, they need this one, the Saints. He comes in now, he sets sail for goal, and he pushes it to the right-hand side. It was going, and then it was gone. North Ringwood on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, trail by 10 points as we cross the 22.5-minute mark of this second term, and it is East Ringwood 2-2-14.
Is there a left or right on these kicks, a bit of drift? Because I reckon a few misses to our near side has been because of a small breath of wind. A relieving free kick gets them to the back of the square, East Ringwood, and they pass it out to the left flank, so they lose ground in effect now. Kicking it around, sharing it to Cherney now. Halfback still inside the defensive 40. Got all in front of himself. So it's going to be hard to find an open player, so he goes as wide as he can to find Condello, and Andrew Condello's got it.
Fairness to Tommy Hill, Brash, I don't think he's been playing deep forward the whole game either.
Cherney strong in the contest, and he's steady on a mark. Takes it in front of Whelan. And again, he's really only 30 metres in advance where he had the previous kick. Puts it long to Renton direction. Lawson roving, tackled and is stopped. And that's got to be holding the ball, but the umpire said he had no prior. But he had intent. If he got free of that tackle, he was off and gone. But it's a ball up about 80 metres from goal, and North Ringwood are thankful that they're tough in the tackle. Ball up again. Renton wins the tap because he's got the height. Below being James takes it, but gets taken in a tackle, and he's not going anywhere. Another ball up, close to the boundary line, close to where the supporters are here at Quamby. Haley's got it, maybe tackled. He tried to con the umpire, but the play goes on, and no open play yet. Hubbard tackles his opponent in Barker, and it's all wrapped up.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats.
Inside 50 count 12-4 this quarter in favour of East Ringwood.
Well, they've linked up well here. They go inside forward 50. East Ringwood to the top of the goal square over the back end. Boot to ball be put by Millard. No, it's rushed through for a minor score. That's number 3 for them now. Margin is 11 points. East Ringwood's way. 24 minutes gone as a quick kick comes in now. Morgan was in the back pocket, but it goes over the top of his head to Haley.
Well done.
He just dropped
Holding
the
the
football. Umpire said it was okay, and then boundary umpire
I don't know
called it
about that
out of
one.
bounds. No, I think it was there. I think it was the right call.
Oh, the out though, out of bounds.
Definitely holding the ball in.
Yeah.
So still about 45 metres out from East Ringwood's goals. Geez, if they get another one here, it would almost break North Ringwood. They just can't find an avenue to goal at the moment, Brash.
No, they can't. They just can't, BWS.
Comes in now. Decker was the third man up, got the knockdown, diving after it. Jones copped one in the back for his troubles, and he'll receive the free kick for North Ringwood.
No,
it went the other way to Cleveland.
Now, Dean Cleveland can actually kick this goal. This is not out of his range.
Well, that sounds like a bit of man love.
Gets the handball away now, gets it to Alice, who wants to unleash. It was a barrel, an inside-out barrel goes in over the top there. Wood's head comes out now. They've still got a few numbers around the ball to create an opportunity. Ducking his head, Andrew Condello, not going to be rewarded for that one. Hits the deck and will have a ball up.
It's amazing the top. You want it to go 60, but if you don't kick it right, it only goes 30.
That's true.
Yep.
Pyer throws it up now. Tarachuda versus Cleveland. Went backwards, scooped upon there by Powell. They're out of the danger zone and a strong mark being taken in the middle of the ground. Now North Ringwood through the arms of Scott up towards the half-forward line, bouncing football. This needs to favour Allison. He couldn't quite trap the pill. He might get another opportunity in here. Over the top of it there was Devlin as well. Chasing him, Ursich, and we will have a bounce 52.5 metres out from the North Ringwood goals. I had the measuring tape out.
Well, I reckon we've got the line at 40. What do you reckon about that?
Pye throws it up. Nicely done there by Sharp. Got the handball away. Harbeck on the right boot. He got a fair old bit of purchase on it, but it went right, way right, and over the boundary line it goes.
Unfortunately for North Ringwood, they don't look like kicking a goal really at the moment. All the opportunities are going wayward.
So it's in the hands of East Ringwood in their deep back pocket. They've got Renton to bomb it towards, and the pack forms around him. But it's close to the line as well. Would North Ringwood want to get it to another stoppage? I think they do. And they're happy to keep it in the area for a little bit longer. They maybe give them some structure going forward if they can work it from a stoppage, because when they get their numbers behind the ball, there's no one to go to. But setting up from 60 metres out might be better for the Saints, as East Ringwood do well to hold it up around that ball up. And it's as close as you can get to being over the line.
Like yesterday, Brash, there's a lot of desperation in this game as well. A lot of hardness.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line for both these clubs today.
And there is the half-time siren here at Quamby Reserve. North Ringwood are yet to kick a goal. They're on 4 points. The visitors in East Ringwood are 2-3-15. It's an 11-point lead in this Division 1 round 11 game.
Yeah, well, we hope we're keeping you entertained. Only 2 goals scored in the first half of football for both of these sides. But as we just mentioned, they are going in hard. They are going in tough. They are desperate. And every contested possession is a tough one to get as well. 98.1 Radio Eastern is the place to be for the rest of the afternoon as we bring you the second half from out here at Quamby Reserve. But at halftime, it is East Ringwood leading this one by 15 points. They are 2-3-15. North Ringwood are 4 behind. The goal kicker's on the ground. Sam Lowson has one, as does Joshy Waitman. We'll go back and have a few messages, and then we'll talk about what happened in the first half and what will unfold. Hopefully a pile-on of goals in the second half.
Never miss out on the latest information on the Eastern Football League through the League